boss me in, let's play monkey in the middle.
So you guys, I want to bring y'all this video on Emoni Bates and talk about a few things such as his recent situation when he got in trouble, and also explain to you guys on why he currently is not in the NBA. So we all know Emoni is currently 18 years old. Right now he is a sophomore attending Eastern Michigan University. If you guys do not know, last year he was attending University of Memphis. And throughout his freshman season, he played 18 games and also was averaging 23 minutes. Emoni was putting up 9 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds, shooting 38 field goal percentage and shooting 32% from the three-point line. So as you can see, just looking at his college stats, he was playing okay at Memphis. I know a lot of people was talking down on him throughout his freshman year, mainly because they was expecting him to play better. But to remind you guys, he was only 17 years old, so of course he was just getting used to that level. But honestly, Emoni didn't even want to go to college. He wanted to go straight to the NBA right out of high school, but we all know his situation. He was just too young, so that's the main reason on why he decided to go to college, just to put some numbers on his record and enter the NBA draft. But right when he tried to enter the NBA draft, they said that he wasn't eligible, and the main reason on why he wasn't eligible is because Emoni Bates was only 17 years old. If you guys do not know, his birthday was on January the 28th. That's when he turned 18. But here's the thing: the NBA draft rules states that all drafted players must be 19 years old within their draft calendar year. So Emoni was just too young to enter the NBA draft. That's why his name didn't appear on any early mock draft boards, because he was just too young. It wasn't because of his stats. He was going to be a top 20 pick regardless, you guys, even though he didn't have a breakout season at Memphis. Honestly, because a lot of NBA scouts was already looking at him. He was a top prospect coming out of high school, and on top of that, he was being compared to Kevin Durant. So of course they had their eyes on him. They just knew his age situation. So Emoni was forced to go to college because of his age. It's not like he wanted to go to college. He did not want to go to college at all. He just had to. Back on June the 29th, Emoni decided to transfer to Eastern Michigan University, which is a hometown school. But here's the thing. So when he was in high school, from his freshman to junior year, he attended Lincoln High School that's located in Ypsilanti, Michigan. And for his senior year, he decided to transfer to Ypsi Prep Academy. So honestly, right when he came back home, everybody that he went to school with during his hometown and also that he knew, they all knew he was coming back home. And that's why he was acting the way he was acting, because he was basically living back how he used to live when he was in high school before he went to University of Memphis. And that's why a lot of people were saying Emoni should have stayed at University of Memphis, because throughout his freshman year, he did not get in no trouble. He played that whole year without getting in trouble. And of course, right when he transferred to Eastern Michigan, now he's getting in trouble when he's back home. And that's the reason why he was carrying firearms and stuff like that, because we don't know what he went through in high school. You know what I mean? We don't know who be hating on him. We don't know what he actually been through. So it's just like, of course, he was feeling safe. They'll have firearms on him, and it just like, it's a lot of stuff that we really don't know about. But it seems like Emoni really was in the streets. He showed us that a lot. And you never know, anything could happen, and that's the main reason why he felt like he had to protect himself. Not saying that he's right though, but him coming back home, he felt like he just needed protection. And on top of that, the people that he was hanging with are probably really bad influences on him, because there's no reason on why he should even be carrying stuff on him like that. You know what I mean? If he had a real good circle, they will make sure that he's protected, and they will make sure they don't put him in no stupid situation, because at the end of the day, Emoni Bates is the meal ticket. He's the one that got potential to make it to the league and possibly can make millions in the future. But of course, if he got bad influences around him, they don't really care. They don't care about his future. They don't care about him making a bag and, you know, taking care of his family and stuff like that, because they probably got nothing to lose. And if they have nothing to lose, of course, they just gonna bring him down with them. So Emoni really has to change his circle. I heard he got arrested back on September the 18th on that Sunday. He got arrested in Superior Township, and they charged him with carrying a concealed weapon and also altering the identity of a firearm. So as you can see, those are 2 felonies. And I don't know how he got pulled over. He probably got scared right when he saw the cops behind him, and he just didn't want to stop, because he knew that he's a basketball player playing in college. And honestly, that's probably on why they searched his car. He probably was looking real suspicious, as in him just being real scared. Or when they pulled him over, he probably would smell like marijuana, or the car was, because that's how cops do it. They want you to give them any reason to search your car. So of course, right when Emoni gave them the reason to search his car, then that's how he ended up getting caught. But if he would have been more low key and just, you know, more understanding on where he's at, he probably could have got that situation. But him just being a young kid, and on top of that, knowing that he got a bright future, of course he was real scared, and he was trying his hardest not to sabotage it, you know. So he probably was actually doing the most, and it really just gave it away even more. And on top of that, he was by himself. So this situation is really crazy. They locked him up at the Washtenaw County Jail. He already bonded out, but when he went to court for the first time, he pleaded not guilty to the charges. So of course he's going to fight the case, and he also received a personal bond, so he's out of jail like I said. But he should be appearing to court once again on October the 6th. So you already know Emoni Bates is really going through it, because this was supposed to be his breakout year. Even the very next day, on September the 19th, the Eastern Michigan basketball program, they released a statement saying that they have suspended Emoni Bates from the team. In quote, he has been suspended automatically from practice and playing privileges until the legal process is resolved. So basically, he cannot come back to the team until all this is resolved. So this situation really is tough. You already know the Eastern Michigan basketball program is really upset with him, because he was supposed to really come to this school and just take over and just do his thing. You know what I mean? That was the main reason on why he came back to Eastern Michigan, for him to bring up his numbers, playing alongside with Noah Farrakhan, because Noah's trying to enter the NBA draft as well. So them being a duo, you already know there's going to be a really good backcourt playing for Eastern Michigan. But now Emoni Bates have to sit out and wait until everything gets resolved. When he was in high school, he was ranked 3rd in the class of 2021. He first committed to Michigan State, then he decommitted from that school, then he committed to University of Memphis. He played at University of Memphis for 1 year, then that's when he decides to come back home and transfer into Eastern Michigan. A lot of people was already coming at him for even going to Eastern Michigan, because he was a top prospect coming out of high school. Like, they wanted to see him go to at least University of Michigan or something like that, you know, a bigger school. But Emoni knew what he was doing. He wanted to go to Eastern Michigan because all he had to do was just bring up his numbers and his stats and enter the NBA draft. But him coming back home did not help him at all, as you can see, because he got in trouble already before the season even started. And it's just like, it's not like he was expecting to get in trouble. You already know Emoni was not expecting none of this. This is a real big blow. He probably went back home because, of course, of family, friends, and, you know, the people that he was already hanging out with in high school. He was just already familiar and comfortable with the area. So, of course, him going to the University of Memphis was not a surprise, because he had multiple Division I offers. But here's the thing. Right after he played his freshman year at that school, he probably was expecting the NBA to already change the rule from being 19 years old to 18, you know? But they did not change the rule. They still was saying that he was still young. He was too young to enter the NBA draft, so he was forced to go to another school. He didn't have to go back home to Eastern Michigan. He could have went to a different school, but you never know. In his mind, he was probably thinking, I already went to University of Memphis and did my thing, so of course NBA scouts already know me. Let me just go back home to Eastern Michigan, bring up my numbers, ball out, help the school get some dubs, and possibly enter the 2023 NBA draft. Like, it could have been really sweet for Emoni, but him being out there in the streets and stuff, also staying in his hometown once again, he just forgot that he's a public figure, because he gained a lot more success being at Memphis and just doing the things that he has been doing. And I was even watching on his Instagram story, he was just always out there having fun. Of course, they was pulling up the football games, such as, you know, him and Noah Farrakhan. They was having a lot of fun. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with him having fun, because when you put yourself in his shoes, he's a sophomore in college, right? He's only 18 years old. He just came home. Of course, he has a lot of connects. He probably know everybody in that area. So Emoni was really out there, but on top of that, he's going to have that firearm on him, because he got to make sure he has protection. He's a public figure. He's basically a star over there, because everybody know that he can make it to the league. All he got to do is do his thing at this school for 1 year, then enter the NBA draft. All you got to do is type in his name on Google. So of course Emoni Bates know that. He know all of that, but him still being a young kid and just being big-headed and also being a star in that area, he was just so caught up in that type of life. But I just really hope he learned how to just stay away from all that and learn how to just focus straight on basketball, because that's what he has to do. At the end of the day, he has to make it to the end goal. I know a lot of people like to talk mess about his career, saying, oh, his career over, this and that. He's only suspended from the team. Hopefully everything gets resolved with the situation, but I really hope Emoni Bates can get back on his feet and ball out and do what he has to do, because he been was trying to make it to the league, you guys. There's honestly no reason on why he's not in the league right now. It's just he was too young. He was too young, but we all know he got the potential. He has the potential, and it really sucks that he has to go through this. But I definitely want you guys to leave your comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about this. I thank you guys for watching. If you make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you press the notification button. Till again, we out.